All right, is this thing on? You guys can hear me, right? You guys can hear me, right? What's going on, everybody? How are we doing today? Welcome, welcome, welcome back to the domain. My name is Brian Daniels, your host of the most. Let's go ahead and turn this music down here. What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. We made it. It is the weekend. The weekend has finally arrived. Let me kind of adjust my camera just a little bit. I have to have the door open because it's hot as it's getting hot in my house. So for those that are here, I know there's only about two people here, and that's fine. It's whatever. Um, we're gonna be talking about today a guy known as DreamcastGuy, Max Shockley. It's no secret what his name is. It's not like I'm doxing him. Everybody at this point who's been a fan of or followed Dreamcast Guy for a long time knows his name. So I'm not like doxing or leaking anything that someone wouldn't already know if they had already been following DCG for any length of time. I used to be a real big supporter of Max and his channel. Um, I used to love his intro, but then he just got rid of the intro. He had a really neat intro that he just got rid of. I don't know why. That was kind of cool. I thought it was kind of iconic that he had that. But I am not here to talk about me being a fan of Dreamcast Guy. I'm here to talk about calling out Dreamcast Guy because for those who don't know, I did a video here on YouTube about a week or so ago, um, talking about Dreamcast Guy, kind of exposing him for not being a very fair or balanced video game reviewer. Now I'm going to tell you guys some. Um, if a game comes out and it's had previous entries in the game that haven't really been great, like Madden, for instance, of course I'm gonna have just a little bit of my expectations are gonna be low, right? And of course I'm gonna go into that game looking at previous games in the series, which I think that's a fair assessment. That's just like, going to a movie if you're reviewing movies. Hey, Raven is here. Let's go. Says she can't watch with sound, but she's here. Well, thank you, Raven. That's my lovely wife, by the way. She's also part of the domain. I've seen her on a few videos. But we, my thing is the difference between covering a video game and I've reviewed several games here on the channel. You guys have seen me review like WWE. I've reviewed Madden. I've reviewed NBA 2K. Those games, and of course, when you go into the next entry of a game, you kind of have the previous game or whatever the current game is, the time before the new one comes out. It gives you a basis of what you kind of hope they do better or what you don't want to see. That's different. My problem is when you have people who review games and their bias is what console the game comes out on. That's a console bias. We don't really have console bias here on the domain. We're not gonna do. I am not. I play. I have the luxury and the ability to have and own every recent console that's available. So I have a Switch, I have two Switches, I have an Xbox Series X, and a PlayStation 5, and then I have last gen, and then I have consoles going back from then. The thing is when I review a game, and when we review games here on this channel and on this platform, we're not reviewing games based on the platform they release on. Do I have preferences of the consoles I play on? Sure. Like, I think that the DualSense controller is a better controller than the Xbox. I don't think that the Xbox controller is necessarily a bad controller. I just prefer the DualSense. If I could use the DualSense controller on all the consoles that I currently play on, I totally would. I think it's universally an amazing controller. I don't think that's a knock on the Xbox controller because I think the Xbox controller is great, but you can see how that works. However, I'm not going to review a game solely because of an accessory. I'm not going to say, well, if this game had the Xbox controller, then it'd be a better game. because that's leaning towards a console maker bias and not judging or reviewing a game based off of whether or not that particular game is good. Not, I'm not gonna review a game if we get if a Sony exclusive comes out, like take God of War Ragnarok came out about a year or so ago. I'm not gonna review God of War Ragnarok and say, this game would actually be a whole lot better if it was on Xbox. If this game had Xbox features, then it would be a better game. I'm going to review the game for what the game is, the time the game comes out. That is how we do reviews here. If a game comes out and we've reviewed it and there's a patch that's came out the same day, then we're reviewing the game based off what we get. And for those who don't know, sometimes we get games early. We get access to games weeks before they come out, like the Top Spin review, which was the last game I did a review of here on this channel. I had that game for about 2 weeks before it released. Now, not we don't always get patches the day of a game's release. We don't always get, we don't always get early patches for games and stuff while we have them before they come out. So a lot of us reviewers review games in their in the state in which the developer gives them to us in, which can be kind of hard because there might be issues with the game that in pre-release, and then when the game comes out, then the game is better or updated and stuff to fix things. But we're gonna review games that are given to us in the condition that the game is currently in when we play it. We're not gonna review games based on um based on the console they release on. Like I'm not gonna review a Mario game. Like this is what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna review a Mario game and say, well, this game, Mario Odyssey, would be it could even be a better game if it came out on the PlayStation. I'm not gonna, I'm not, because we don't really do review scores here on the domain. We do kind of like the way we review is it good? That is the kind of branded means in which we review games here. Is it good? We just kind of let you know, hey, is this game good? Is it a game we would recommend? Uh, do we think you should wait and buy the game? Should you buy this game now? Should you wait for it to go on sale? Maybe things like that. Because numbers are subjective. Like a 4? What is a 4 really? What is a 7 really? What is a 6? What is a 4.5? That I kind of don't really understand. I've never really seemed to understand. So what we do here is we just tell you, is it good? If it's not a good game, then we're not going to recommend it. However, we're not going to tell you to not play it. We're just not going to recommend it. But at the end of the day, like as a reviewer, it is our responsibility to come into a game and play that game for what the game is, and not because we feel a certain type of way about Nintendo, Sony, Xbox, Microsoft, what have you. We're not going to come in prejudging and say, oh, well, it's an Xbox game, so this might not be good. We're not going to do that. Even if we feel that way, we're not going to do that. We're going to just review the game for what it is and whether or not we enjoy the game, no matter what console it comes on. It doesn't matter what console the game comes on. If the game is great, it is a great game. And that's what we do here on the domain. However, there are people out there, and this is what my video was about, who don't do that, who review games based on their very explicit bias they have towards a main console maker. So, for instance, I picked DreamcastGuy because I've been a fan of DreamcastGuy. I've watched DreamcastGuy for years. I've supported Max for a very long time. I've watched his videos. This is not a personal thing towards Max. I'm not angry at him. He didn't do anything to me or my family. I don't hate the guy. I don't really hate anybody. It's a lot of energy to put out there to hate someone these days. But I'm just critiquing him. I'm covering him because I want these people to be better and do right by their audience, like we try to do right by you whenever we cover anything, really. Um, just like, for instance, PopCon, when we're going to be putting out soon a video about going to PopCon. We had some thoughts about it. Listen, I am friends with all the people who run that convention. I love those guys. They're like family to me. However, that does not mean I'm going to give them a great score or sorry, not score, but a review because they're like family to me. I have definitely critiqued PopCon from a non-biased point of view because let's face it, people just because they're your friends or your family, whatever, they make mistakes and they mess up, and I'm going to call them out on their mistakes. That's what they want me to do. They want me to be honest, and that's what you're going to get here on this channel. So back to Dreamcast guy. So I'm gonna start pulling up some things here, and I gotta kind of figure out what we're gonna do. Actually, I have it figured out. We're good. So, did it not? Is it not gonna show? Here we go. So, why is it not showing? Hold on. Technical difficulties. We'll get it figured out here. I'm not sure why it's not showing the. Let's exit that out. I may have to. Hold on. I had this set up, but then it just decided it wasn't going to work all of a sudden. Let's delete that. We'll get there. Why is it not wanting to capture this window all of a sudden? That's odd. There we go. Now we're back. Are we good now? I don't know why I'm having all these problems today. Oh, there we go. There it is. Sorry about that, guys. I'm not a new streamer, I promise. I've done this before. I thought I had this whole thing set up, and I guess I didn't. Anyway, so what happened recently? I did a video about Dreamcast Guy. I called out his review over Hellblade, his Hellblade 2 review, which absolutely was biased. So there's a streamer, there's a person named Paris. They host the Kind of Funny and Gamertag Radio. They are very Xbox leaning, which I also don't agree with, right? However, Paris has covered the industry for a very long time. If I'm gonna trust one person, if I have to pick between Paris and Dreamcast Guy, I'm gonna pick Paris. Um, so Paris, although I definitely don't agree with this, stated on his Kind of Funny Gamecast that the Xbox showcase is going to be a 9.5. Once again, I don't care for numbers. I don't think the Xbox showcase is necessarily going to be bad. Hold on a second. We got an issue. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Hold on. Hey everyone, my sincerest apologies. I'm still here. I'm just kind of dealing with something. I'll tell you what it is when I get back. I'll be right back. All right. Jesus Christ. That was some scary shit. That was some scary shit. Oh my god. I had a wasp in my room. I had a wasp in the office. Fuck that, dude. I am so I hate bugs. Like I absolutely fucking hate bugs. And that was a little terrifying. I'm not gonna lie. It's funny because I have a tarantula, which it's in an enclosure. It's not gonna get out. And it's not venomous and anything like that. That was scary shit. I hate bugs. Fuck bugs. Why do we need? No, we don't need fucking wasps. The thing was like this big. Okay, I'm making like maybe like that big, but like got some soap, some water. That bastard. Ooh, ooh. I'm not trying to get stung by a wasp today. Fuck that. Anyway, back to where we were. I do apologize for that, by the way. My sincerest apologies. Let me see if oh, I guess not. All right. So back to what's going on. Back to the task at hand. All right. So Dreamcast guy. So we've got a um basically Dreamcast guy does a lot of unbiased gaming reviews. And I was talking before I heard something flying around in my room that um basically what happens with Dreamcast guy is he doesn't really score based on the game itself. He scores based on the platform that it comes out on. Anyway, he got called out. He got called out by this guy named Paris. Like I said, Paris, kind of funny in Gamertag Radio, big Destiny 2 fan. This guy also is an Xbox fanboy, which I don't care for. He stated that he thinks the Xbox Showcase is going to be a 9.5. It's not going to be a 9.5. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Based on what we have had from Xbox in the past, I don't have my expectations aren't high. My want is high, but I I don't think that it's gonna be a 9. But then again, I don't really care about scores. I care about just giving me good shit. It's supposed to be a 2-hour long showcase, which we're gonna do live here on the domain GPCE. So you'll be able to join us for that on Sunday. And Bryce is gonna be there apparently as well. So there's that. But Dreamcast guy quote tweeted said LOL to this. Paris said, when you make your video that Xbox is doomed, don't clip half of what I said to fit your agenda like you did last time and then apologize when I confront you about it in person. Dreamcast guy said, hey, I did apologize, LOL. I will be watching the Xbox showcase though with an open mind, but a 9.5 out of 10 ain't happening. Now I will say I agree with this part. You know, well, I don't think Dreamcast guy is going to be watching with an open mind because here's my thought. Here's my thought. There's people out there who Microsoft could cure cancer tomorrow. And guys like Dreamcast guy and several other people that are very big Xbox detractors and Xbox haters. I can't remember any off the top of my head because I've pretty much like blocked them all because it's just like that's all they do. It wouldn't matter if Microsoft cured cancer tomorrow and Xbox announced it. They would still say it sucks, it's shitty. They would find some way to make it to turn it into a bad thing. Because that's what they do. They grift. It's a grift. And Dreamcast guy is a grifter. He grifts off of hating on Xbox. So Paris says, all I'm saying is leave me out of your videos. He's pretty much telling Dreamcast guy, don't make videos of me, which we're gonna get to that in a little bit. You admitted to me, and this is the more interesting part, which just hasn't been proven. But if I'm gonna trust between Dreamcast guy and Paris, I'm gonna trust Paris any day of the week. You admitted to me in person that you don't believe the stuff you post and purposely make negative Xbox videos to appeal to your PlayStation audience because, quote, it pays the bills. Now, I will say that I believe this. I believe that. And there's a reason why I believe that. This right here. This was DreamcastGuy's one of his recent videos he did about there's rumors and speculation that Xbox is coming out with a handheld console soon. And DreamcastGuy did a whole video talking about how it's not the right time, which I don't know when is the right time? Like, we've never had a handheld. Microsoft's the only one of the big three that has never put out a handheld console. And if they put out something similar to, if they put out something similar more towards a Steam Deck as opposed to more of a PlayStation Portal, then I think a ton of other people across the industry are going to actually really enjoy the fact that Microsoft now has entered the Steam Deck handheld space. I hope that Microsoft doesn't put out a handheld that's like the Portal, because I think the Portal is an absolute waste of money. It's like what, $200, and you can only use it on your PlayStation. You have to be close to the console. It just sucks. So I would rather, if Xbox is going to do this and Microsoft's going to do this, if they put out a handheld, which is rumored, and it's leaning more towards the Steam Deck competitor, that's going to be huge for Microsoft. Microsoft's never entered the handheld video gaming market, and I think if they were to try to compete in the same space as Valve's Steam Deck, I think it would be a great thing, especially to have another alternative where you already have like what is it? Logitech has one. I think Asus has one. There's multiple like Steam Decks out there, Steam Deck types. So I think that if Microsoft does this and gets into this space and they pair it with Game Pass, it's going to be huge. I just don't want it to be a PlayStation Portal clone where it's just this. It ends up being just this another screen to play things in the cloud and it not have any other functionality. So we'll see. But Dreamcast Guy did a video about this. He said it was the wrong time. I'm like, whatever. That's dumb. It's never a bad time to have another handheld console out in the market. And he's reading a tweet here from Megan L. No one cares. Xbox trying to everything to make themselves relevant without addressing any layoffs and stuff. And this is what Dreamcast Guy had to say. Here's some of his thoughts on this. Unmute it. Here's what he had to say about it.
Sometimes people say, like, Max, you make so many videos saying that Microsoft is falling apart and the Xbox brand is dead and you're a Sony pony. Why do you spend so much time on this? I think it's just that look at the views on my anti Xbox videos.
So that is a clip that's been shared all over Twitter as a means of proving that Dreamcast Guy is a grifter. We'll replay it again, just in case you guys didn't quite fathom.
The Xbox. Sometimes people say, like, Max, you make so many videos saying that Microsoft is falling apart and the Xbox brand is dead and you're a Sony pony.
Which is true. He is definitely a Sony pony. There's no arguing that.
Why do you spend so much time on this? I think it's just that look at the views on my anti Xbox videos.
So he was asked, why does he spend? We'll play that last like 5 seconds.
Brand is dead and you're a Sony pony. Why do you spend so much time on this? I think it's just that look at the views on my anti Xbox videos.
Exactly. Look at the views on his anti Xbox. He just told you why he spends so much time on basically shitting on Xbox. And then he literally says, well, Look at the views my anti-Xbox videos get, and let's take a look at them. So you have, I don't know, 16K on that one. And you got 19K on this one. You've got 23K on this one. You've got 30K on this one. I mean, look at this. This right here. Xbox takes over. Xbox wants to buy Steam. How dare they do that? 44,000, which I think would be really ridiculous, and I don't think Steam would do that anyway. And then his biggest one yet, his Hellblade 2 review, 68,000 views. Which, by the way, I think it's ridiculous that he wears the same fucking red shirt and almost like, why red? It's weird. Does he have a hole in his closet? Does this guy have just like a whole like red, like, all right, here's my clothes for the week, and then here are all my red shirts for my thumbnail videos. I don't know. Whatever. I guess if it works for him, whatever. It's kind of weird, but whatever. Xbox is dead. Look, say Xbox is dead. Xbox isn't dead. Shut up. 33,000. So he literally is telling you here. We'll play it back.
Tony, why do you spend so much time on this? I think it's just that look at the views on my anti Xbox videos.
We can stop the stream right here. He literally says it. Literally says it. He literally is telling you. Somebody asked him, why, Dreamcast guy, why do you make videos? Why do you hate it? Why do you take a shit? You know, why do you shit on Xbox? You're Sony pony. Why do you go, oh, well, I mean, look at my anti-Xbox videos. Why would I stop shitting on it if it's giving me views? Me personally, like, I'm not desperate. We are not desperate for views and subs here. We're not. And we're never going to get into a place where we're desperate for views and subs. Definitely not as desperate as Dreamcast guy, who quite literally, has almost 250,000 subscribers. He's got 239,000. That's what pisses me off about a lot of these channels. And yeah, I'm gonna be a little bitter. They get this many views and they go down this route of, and I don't think Xbox or Dreamcast guy used to be this way all the time. I don't recall him being so much of a grifter on Xbox and just using the hate for views. But this feels like he just did this like starting like about a few years ago. Like just taking a shit on Xbox, right? But he tells you right now. Let's listen to him. I'm curious what he says after this because I want to try to be fair. I want to hear what he says after this because this part got clipped and you couldn't really tell what the context was. So let's listen to the rest of it.
I think that is a testament to the fact that there is just such a baseline negativity around Xbox, even random accounts. No one cares. Xbox is trying everything to make themselves relevant without addressing the fact that they're closing studios and laying off hundreds of people. This all sucks. Okay, here is my dealio. I feel like Xbox has gotten into a spot where they don't know how to make themselves as successful as Nintendo or PlayStation.
So he basically says that he thinks that there's just an overall genuine negativity towards Xbox. Here's the thing. I will say that is there just criticism towards Microsoft and Xbox? Fuck yeah, there is. Like absolutely. Absolutely there's just cause to be disappointed with the state of Microsoft right now. Dude, Max, I'm with you. I'm with you. I don't I don't care for the current state of Microsoft. I think Microsoft needs to do more. This is where Max and I are not gonna disagree. I genuinely do agree with the state of Microsoft just not. However, to just constantly make videos that don't really seem to give Microsoft any hope and just going the route of just purposefully shitting on them. Like, there's a difference in, you know, criticizing a brand and being displeased with what they've been putting out. Which, let me tell you, I'm not happy with what Microsoft's been putting out lately, which has really not been a lot. However, to be fair and balanced, let's not pretend that Sony hasn't really been doing anything. What they put out? What has Sony really done this generation, which hasn't even really felt like a console generation. It's felt like a mid generation at best, when neither console has really done much in the way of using the full power of either system. You know what I mean? So, what all exclusives are there? There really isn't a whole lot, right? There really isn't a whole lot. This is updated February 2024. This is about it. So we're going to go through and look at all the games you can only currently play on the PS5 that have been released this generation. We're going to use Games Radar for this. Let's take a look. This is updated February 2024. Astro's Playroom came out with the PS5. Demon Souls, it's a remake. So to me, it's like not even an original game. It's a remake. So I don't kind of count that. Although I mean you got to count it. It's on PS5. Sure. Destruction All Stars. This is not a banger of a game at all. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. An amazing game. However, not necessarily exclusive to PS5 because it also came out originally on PS4. So this really doesn't count either. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. All right, here we go. We have a game that is new to the PS5 that is exclusive to it. That's one. It's one. This Destruction All Stars sucked ass. It's a terrible fucking game. That's two, I guess. 3 for Astro's Playroom. 3. Final Fantasy 16. That's 4. Forspoken. That's 5. We can't count Ghostwire Tokyo. Multi-platform. Spider-Man Remastered. I'm not going to count that. Multi-platform. Spider-Man 2. That's 6. All right. Pacific Drive. Is Pacific Drive on different? Hold on. Let me see. Is Pacific Drive on a different platform? So Pacific Drive is on PC. Pacific Drive's on PC, doesn't count. We've only got 6. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, I think, is now on PC. Is that on PC? Oh shit, hold on. That's on PC. So we've got 6. There's Returnal. That's 7. Stellar Blade is 8. And then you've got Last of Us. I don't count. So right now there's only 7. There's only 7 games that have came out in a span of like, when did the PS5 come out? 2020. So in 4 years, you've only got 7 exclusives, one of which is a remake. So I'm not going to count that. So 6. 6 games that aren't a remake, that weren't based off a game that came out already. 6 games. Now, I will say Microsoft has no actual exclusives, and that's bad. That's really bad. So I will say, like, both consoles are really not hitting it where they used to in previous generations. They're just not. Now, get back to this Paris stuff. So Paris then says, the fact this guy blocked me and made a video proves my point. You said what you said, just own it. And he said, leave me out of your videos. Right? Do you think that Dreamcast guy left him out of his videos? Spoiler alert. He didn't. He made a whole 7-minute video about Paris. Here we go. Let's watch it.
Incredibly strange because apparently have to address some drama.
All
One
right.
of the hosts
Got a lot
of
of
perhaps
reactions.
the biggest Xbox podcast on the entire internet is claiming my videos are fake. He's claiming that I am just wrong about everything. He's claiming that I admitted to him to his face that the videos are fake.
He didn't say your videos were fake. That's not what Paris said. Paris didn't say you admitted your videos were fake. He said that you purposely make negative Xbox videos. That's not saying your videos are fake. Your videos are disingenuous. That's a thing. Anyway, let's carry on. Yeah, here we go.
And it's a very strange circumstance. And I want to break it down because I think he's mistaken. And I want to make it clear I have no ill will towards this guy. So this is Paris Lilly. He obviously works for Kinda Funny. He does a lot of very Xbox centric stuff. Now, I'm going to make this clear like 15 times. No hate, no anger, no vitriol towards this guy. I think he is genuinely a diehard fan. People love to defend Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation. There's people that are just playing Blizzard games and nothing else.
Like, you defend PlayStation quite a bit too, bro.
So I think that he is genuine. Well, last year I made a video kind of mocking some of his takes about defending Xbox during their bad times. Well, in September, I was at a press event in LA and he was there just to play the same game I was. And he pulled me aside and basically said, hey man, when you made that video, I got a lot of hate. And I genuinely apologized to him because.
So there was a video that Dreamcast guy did. I tried looking for it. I couldn't find it, where he misappropriated what Paris said. He like clip chimped him, like he took a clip and then he misappropriated it. Go figure.
When I talk about people, sometimes I forget about the size of this YouTube channel. The fact that there's hundreds of thousands of subscribers and millions of views and stuff. Like a lot of.
Why does that matter though? Why does it matter how many viewers a? Why does it matter how many subscribers a channel has? If you're taking a clip from anyone, even if you like were for whatever reason, if Dreamcast guy were to watch this video, which I doubt he will, and I don't care if he does. If he were to take this video, which is, you'll be able to watch this after it's done being live, and he were to, for whatever reason, take a section of it and then misappropriate what I say, it doesn't matter how many subs, views. Like, he just says here, like, look, he's like, I didn't know that he
Talk
had.
about people, sometimes I forget about the size of this YouTube channel. The fact that there's hundreds of thousands of subscribers and millions of views and stuff. Like a lot of times I feel like it's just me talking with the bros.
Right, but it's not talking with the bros when you misappropriate a person and you take and clip something. If he had to pull you aside and tell you that, then I mean, Max says he apologized for it, which good for him. But what's crazy is he really sorry about it? when Paris says, "All I'm saying is leave me out of your videos." Literally says, please leave me out of your videos." And you make a video. Then you, in turn, block him. Like, really? That's super. That's so petty. That's so petty, dude. Petty. Pettiness right there. Anyway, carry on.
I forget that sometimes people do send mean stuff to him. So even though right now he is flat out lying, even now, please do not
It's not about. It's not about. Uh. So you only cared about making that video because you didn't want your audience to hate on him. That's not what Paris is mad about. Paris was mad that you lied. You clipped. He is not. He doesn't say here that he is upset about getting hate from people. He says he doesn't. He's upset about you taking something out of context and using it to fit your agenda. That's what he's mad about, Max. Come on, dog.
send this guy hate. But here
Don't
is
send this
the
guy hate.
lie. It is so bizarre. So he said, when you make your video that Xbox is doom, don't clip half of what I said to fit your agenda like you did last time and then apologize when I confront you. So
Right.
this did happen. But this part,
So this did okay. So this did happen, but so what happened though? Why would you let that? Why would you do that though? That's what I'm trying to understand. That's a shitty thing to do. Max is over here trying to be dismissive. Yeah,
this did happen.
this did happen,
But
but whatever. Come on, dude.
this part, so he went on a long, rambly rant, and I do fully admit that I clipped him in a place that was not as favorable. He basically
Okay, you admit it.
was talking about how Xbox is in a bad spot, but they will climb their way back. And I sort of clipped it in a way that was not very favorable, and I apologized to him. And I actually told him in person, like, hey man, I do daily gaming uploads. I'm always working on reviews and stuff. At times, I do make mistakes. I have been wrong in videos. In fact, if you actually just search the word
You've
wrong
been
on my YouTube channel,
you've been wrong a lot because Austin Evans called your ass out and you got embarrassed by Austin Evans. Y'all remember that? Look it up. I'm not even gonna go into the Austin Evans Dreamcast guy shit. It was all about the new PS5 Pro. Yeah, he got.
I do a series called I Was Wrong, where when something ends up being better or worse or whatever, I'm totally fine taking the L. But when he confronted
Hold on, let's look that up. He says he does a series called I Was Wrong. Okay.
Dragon's Dogma 2 is the best.
Where it is. I was wrong. Well, there's was I wrong? I was wrong about Stellar Blade. Don't really see a whole lot of. He said look up Dreamcast Guy wrong. Okay. Dreamcast Guy wrong. Well, you probably don't want people searching up Dreamcast Guy wrong because that's the first thing that pulls up. Afro Gamer Dude pulls up. Exposed. Yes, search up. Yes, search up Dreamcast Guy wrong. Probably shouldn't do that.
Me, he was visibly very, very angry with
Man,
me.
this is
So, of
terrible.
course, I just wanted to calm him down and be like, hey. So, what I told Paris in person is I said, hey, I'm sorry when I screwed things up. And what I told him is I said, hey, this is literally the words I told him. If I ever mess anything up on your behalf, if I ever say anything, feel
Uh huh.
free to message me and I will take that video down. Even the video about you that I had already done, if it's still getting you hate, I will remove it. And so he somehow took that as saying, all I'm saying is leave me out of your videos. You admitted to me.
So he just told you leave him out of your videos. What are you doing right now? By the way, we're gonna look at his comments real fast. He gets cooked. He gets cooked so hard. Dreamcast guy does in this video alone. He gets like roasted by his own community in this video because he literally is reading Paris. Listen,
Move it. And so he somehow took that as saying, all I'm saying is leave me out of your videos.
he told you what to do, and what are you doing? Making a video about him. But then you blocked him. The guy blocked me and making a video. And listen, I don't think that I don't necessarily like the fact that Paris is also an Xbox fanboy. I think fanboyism is toxic as hell in the video game community. I think we need to, if we're going to be responsible for covering video games like I do and everybody else does, we need to be fair and balanced and not put our own biases out there for consoles and things. But Paris is right here. What's up, Dr. Strife says, keep on grifting. I know, right? Good to see you, Dr. Strife. Welcome. The fact this guy blocked me and made a video proves my point. It absolutely does. He literally, I mean, you read it, Max. You read it. Let's read it again.
About you that I had already done. If it's still getting you hate, I will remove it. And so he somehow took that as saying, all I'm saying is leave me out of your videos.
All I'm saying is leave me out of your videos. I mean, that's the only time, other time I'm going to reiterate it. That's it. I've reiterated this enough. Point is, Max, you read it. You're without excuse. You read it in an actual video. He asked you, leave me out of your video. What do? You fucking make a video. I mean, why? Quick, I need to go run and grift. I need to grift more. And now I'm going to grift on. You can't make this shit up, folks. Anyway, we'll listen to the rest of this.
You admitted to me in person that you don't believe the stuff you post. You purposely make negative Xbox videos.
He didn't deny that.
Appeal to your PlayStation audience.
Didn't deny that. He shook his head.
The bills. This quote, I just didn't say this. Now, I know I keep saying this over and over.
Yeah, you did. What's this? What's this right here? Yes, you did.
DreamcastGuy, what, a couple weeks ago?
Hold on.
All right. Oh, stop.
This is somebody else's video. I had it pulled up earlier.
Genuine, like, hey, negative Xbox. Wouldn't life watch you.
Get to the point.
Watch Friends. I mean, I have other wall. While the rest of society don't care, like Xbox is not on their mind. It's not like
here it is.
So many videos saying that Microsoft is falling apart and the Xbox brand is dead and you're a Sony pony. Why do you spend so much time on this? I think it's just that look at the views on my anti-Xbox videos.
So you have contradicted yourself there. I'm just saying.
Again. Now, I do have this screenshot. I have a group chat with some of my YouTuber buddies, and
oh yeah, we're gonna go over this.
Said, hey, Paris is at this event, and he just walked up and said, "You made a hate video about me, haha, wild interaction." And then a lot of my buddies chimed in and said, "Hey, yeah."
A lot of your buddies chimed in. First off, let's go over this. Let's go over this. So the blue is Dreamcast guy writing. Paris is at this event and just walked up and said, "You made a hate video about me, ha ha." Wild interaction. He thought it was funny. You don't seem very apologetic like you claim. You think it's funny that like someone else is not happy with you. Spawn, and then that's Spawn Wave, says, yeah, I don't think Paris likes you very much, Max. LOL. But look at MVG. Look at Modern Vintage Gamer. Says, did you? I mean, I don't know what guessing this was a chair-related incident is about. Max does say down here he was chill after I said my bad. LOL. Man, I would love to see this entire thread after all this. But I mean, MVG, look at him. Says, did you? I wonder what MVG thinks about this. I would love to know what Modern Vintage Gamer thinks about this situation. I wish more of these channels would speak up and be like, yeah, that's not cool. I mean, I don't care if you're my friend or not. If you do dumb shit, I'm gonna be like, yeah, that was dumb, Max. That was stupid. But see, even MVG is like, but did you though? They know. I think his friends know. I think Max's friends even know. Like, yeah, he's gotta be fucking
Paris doesn't like you. It is very well
Xbox
known that
hater.
apparently Paris does kind of just sit around and talk about how bad I am and how much he hates me, which is fine. It is a little bit weird to think about a 50-year-old
Where does he do that at? Show where this
does
happens.
kind of just sit around and talk about how bad I am and how much he hates me.
Where does Harris just sit around and talk about you and drag your name into the dirt? He's literally calling you out. And I don't even think that, like, Paris, from this moment on, has really said anything else about the whole situation. Yeah, I mean, they're at Summer Game Fest. You know, he hasn't really commented about it for you. I mean, he's even saying here, like, I got time today because it's exhausting. The extreme lengths y'all will go to argue over my plastic box is better than your plastic box. It's video games, fam. Dislike me all you want, but to accuse me of being a liar because 4 years ago I had an opinion about Xbox acquiring Bethesda is truly one of the most ignorant, immature things I've seen in this app. Trust me, I've seen a lot. Console wars are dumb, and some of y'all are grown adults. I agree, man. I agree. But he hasn't said anything about it. Yeah, this right here. Leave me out of your videos does this. Yeah, I agree. I just it's insane. I've not, but I don't really see anything he has said about the situation. I mean, can we search his? You can search your profile, right? I ain't worry about it. He hasn't said anything about it, so yeah, I don't think he cares. But yeah, you know, Max is gonna be like, oh, he just sits around talks shit about me.
Which is fine. It is a little bit weird to think about a 50-year-old man in California like sitting around pissed at me, but you know, that's life. We all
Why wouldn't he be mad about you though? Because you literally, I mean, I don't think he's pissed. I think it's just shitty that you do the things that he tells you not to do, and you do them anyway. He told you not to make a clip him. You did it anyway, and then he tells you to stay out of your videos, and then you do it anyway. Why wouldn't he be upset? Any person would be upset by that. I mean, clearly it's not like affecting his life because he's out there at Summer Games Fest having a blast. What are you doing, Max? You ain't out there. You know, he's out there having fun and hanging out with people, and you're just making a fucking video about the guy. He told you not to. So shitty.
have our stuff, but I think the confusion about this, the weirdness about this is I want to make it clear I do get a lot of hate from the Xbox community. I get threats, I get weird messages, I get bad comments, I get all.
And I think that sucks. If he actually is getting weird or hateful or threatening comments, I think coming from anyone is bad. It doesn't matter who it is, what community it is. Because yeah, there are Xbox fanboys out there who legit hate this guy. I don't hate Max. I'm not gonna subscribe to him for the time being because I can't, in good conscience, subscribe to someone who is has clearly admitted twice that he does grift. You know, he even said there was a comment. He left a comment too. Let's go to the comments. He says, "Zero hate to Paris. Just wanted to clear this up since it's such a weird situation. Much love." And he just gets cooked. I don't care. And this is me. I said, I don't care about, leave me out of your videos, immediately makes a video. Here's the one. Didn't you just say the other day that your Xbox hate videos get more views? LMAO, you clearly make hate videos to pay the rent, and you acknowledged it. Dreamcast guy replies and says somewhere here. It's the fun videos for me to make. People have watched them. If you did something you deeply enjoyed and put food on the table, wouldn't you keep doing it? We're going to just do that. Make a status here. Actually, I need to do this. Here we go. So, yeah. There you have it, folks. That's the proof right there. So he's like, yeah, it puts food on the table. That's why I'm going to keep being a shill for Sony, and I'm going to hate, and I'm just going to purposely hate on Xbox. I'm sorry, but the thing, Max, is that I'm not. It's called having good, I don't know, just integrity for your channel. Like, we're not going to do that here. We're not gonna grift and make content purposely just shitting. We are not. Listen, the thing about if you're looking for a channel that does not grift, that doesn't purposely make videos to just shit on a company to gain views, and want honest, unbiased video game reviews and coverage, please subscribe to us here. We're not gonna be like Dreamcast Guy or other channels out there who say things like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna put food on the table. Of course, I'm gonna keep doing the same thing," and being a completely biased video game reviewer and just shitting on a company just to get views because I'm desperate for views. Which, how is he desperate? He has 239,000 subs. Like, channels like ours would do anything to have that, just about. But we're not gonna do anything because we're not gonna grift. We're not going to sit here and make hate videos just to purposely get subs. I'm not gonna do that. That's my take on it. Anyway, I am going to go ahead and get off of here for the day. I want to appreciate all of you for coming to spend time with me here. It's not about, it's not about the amount. It's about the fact that we had people come in, no matter how big or small. Thanks, Dr. Strive. Thanks, Raven, for being here. I do appreciate all of you for coming to spend a little bit of time. It means a lot. If you're watching this video, please leave a comment below if it's after it's already over. Let me know your thoughts on this situation. Once again, please be sure to subscribe. I've got a Turtle Beach video going to be hopefully coming out today with me unboxing the two new Stealth 500 and Stealth 600 headsets and giving my first impressions on them. But thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys on the next one. Until then, see you guys later, guys. Bye. Coach Tough, thanks for the sub, man. Thank you, Coach Tough. Appreciate that. Thank you. All right, guys, I'm out. I'm out of here. See you guys. I'll see you guys for the Xbox Showcase on Sunday. Bye, guys.